Welcome to Wrenchin' and Riding TV. This is episode number 7 in the riding series. We are tackling the 6th day of creation today, and this should be fun. I am also using a pop filter today to hopefully help with some of the plosives. We'll see how it goes. I'm thoroughly enjoying this new interface and microphone setup. So we're going to start off in Genesis 2 and 24 today. In the Tanakh. I don't know if I guess every series, every episode I'll say the JPS Hebrew to English Tanakh, and then the NIV Study Bible and the King James Study Bible. Just in case someone new stumbles along the channel, they won't have questions about what I'm actually reading out of. So we're going to start in Genesis 2 and 24 in the Tanakh today. So God said, "Let the earth bring forth every kind of living creature, cattle, creeping thing, and wild beast of every kind." And it was so. God made wild beasts of every kind of cattle, and every kind and all kinds of creeping things of the earth. And God saw that this was good. And God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness. They shall rule the fish of the sea, and the birds of the sky, the cattle, and the whole earth, and all the creeping things that creep on the earth. And God created man in his image. In the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. God blessed them, and God said to them, 'Be fertile and increase. Fill the earth and master it. Rule the fish of the sea, the birds of the sky, and all the living things that creep on the earth.' God says, 'See, I give you every seed-bearing plant that is upon the earth, and every tree that has seed-bearing fruit, they shall be yours for food. And to all the animals on the land, and to all the birds in the sky, and to everything that creeps on the earth, in which there is breath of life, I give all the green plants for food.'" Let's go back to the breath of life one more time here. "And to everything that creeps on earth, in which there is the breath of life." And then I give is actually in parentheses here. "All the green plants for food." And it was so. And God saw all that he had made, and found it good, or found it very good rather. And there was evening, and there was morning, the 6th day. So you can see there is some differences in this one than the King James, if you're familiar with the King James. Slight wordings, and they're actually adding to a little bit in this one as well, putting things in parentheses. I'm not going to always point those out, actually. I know I'm not going to try to promise something like that. So we're going to go to the King James Version, Genesis 2 and 24. "And God said, Let the earth bring forth the living creatures after his kind, cattle and creeping things, and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree, yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning was the sixth day. So, we can see that so far they're both actually went from and it was good to it was very good. And something that I noticed in there right away that was I thought was pretty cool was how he created every herb bearing seed for your meat. A lot of people believe that we were actually vegetarians in the before sin, so that's pretty cool. And we're going to get into a little bit more of that, but we're going to do the New International Version starting at Genesis 2:24. And God said, Let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, livestock, creatures that move along the ground, and wild animals, each according to its kind. And it was so. God made the wild animals according to their kinds, the livestock according to their kinds, and all the creatures that move along the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, Let us make man in our image, in our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea, and the birds of the air, over the livestock, over the earth, and over all the creatures that move along the ground. So that's pretty cool right there when you get to that part. He basically made us the keepers of the garden, Originally that was his plan for Adam and Eve. Most Bible scholars believe that as well, that was their job, to basically take care of the garden. And in this 6-day creation, I'm going to get into the 6-day versus 8-day a little bit here and discuss different, the legends, or if you will, about how when God created man and woman in this part before the actual story of Adam and Eve here coming up, some people believe that that was when he actually created humankind, and Adam and Eve were separate, created later. And so that's kind of interesting. Some people believe that it was Adam. This is like an old Jewish legend, I guess you'd call it, of Lilith and Adam. And since he created them both out of the ground, they were equal, and she wouldn't submit to him in the legend when they were consummating their marriage, or if you will. And she wanted to be on top, and she uttered Jehovah's name, and the power threw her into the air. But Adam said that basically his woman was broken, to make him a better one that would submit. And Lilith cursed him, and they believed, I don't know, some Orthodox Jews still believe it today, but I imagine that if they ever had stillborn children or sudden infant death syndrome, that it was Lilith coming back to steal the seed from Adam till the end of time. So that's an interesting story. I'm going to get back here. I got to almost 27, I think. So we're here at, so God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. God blessed them and said to them, Be fruitful and increase in number. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air and every living creature that moves on the ground. Then God said, I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food, and to all the beasts of the earth, and all the birds of the air, and all the creatures that move on the ground, everything that has breath of life in it. I give every green plant for food. And it was so. God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. So they are all in agreement that it was very good. We talked a little bit about the, different ideas about the sixth and eighth day creation. You can look that stuff up. I'm not going to take a stance on it. I don't, about how I feel. There isn't enough time in the day to go over all these. Definitely not in a 12-minute video. But day 6, he created the cattle, the reptiles, the beast. There's different views of 6 versus 8 day creation. We talked about Lilith and Eve. And he gave us dominion over everything. And we were put here to tend this garden. So that's going to pretty much wrap up my video for today. Thanks for tuning in. Have a blessed day.